Winter Busters.
It's almost that time of year again. During winter, the days are shorter, the evenings cooler, and staying positive can be tough.
Yeah, for some of us, the cooler season brings on the blues big time. But psychologist and communications expert Clare Mann says they can be banished. And as part of this week's special series on Winter Busters, she's here to tell us how to do that. Hi, Clare.
Good morning.
I mean, is this a real thing, the winter blues?
Well, we've actually got a name for it, seasonal affective disorder, SAD. It works quite well, the actual word. It's not a formal psychological term, but the symptoms are very similar to other forms of depression, things like lethargy, withdrawing from social contact, overeating, sugary and carbohydrate foods, and not wanting to get out of bed.
Is it really the weather? Is it really weather-related, or are there other things going on, other factors at play?
Sure. Well, there's obviously lots of different factors, as everybody would suffer the same. There are differences in personality, there are differences in attitude. But the reality is, if you think, I don't know anyone who wants to get out of bed early in the morning, in the dark, stand at the bus stop waiting for the bus. The reality is, in the summer, we're more likely to walk the dog or do exercise. Right. So there is a difference because the light on the brain influences our mood, and we're not able to respond to our biological demands in our society we live in. But just let's think of another thing for a moment, is often people, when the weather is overcast or rainy, they say, what an awful day. The fact is, it isn't an awful day. They don't like the weather, but they've told their conscious and unconscious, I'm going to have a bad day, and guess what they get?
It's interesting.
So you think that's mind over matter then in that instance?
Indeed, absolutely. We do become what we think about. We can change our thoughts and we create our feelings.
But obviously some people are more susceptible to this, Clare. I guess is what Larry was trying to get at, insofar as not 100% of the population, 100% of the population goes through winter and we don't all get sad about it.
Absolutely.
So do you have some sort of predisposition to being upset or anxious or depressed?
Yes. Well, it comes back to my old chestnut responsibility. We have a choice often. We can either give in to the external demands and say, I have no choice, or we can actually take active measures to change this. However, I think with the weather particularly, as I say, there are changes in the brain that make us want to hibernate at this time of year. It's a normal biological safety function, and yet our society and our jobs and our lives demand that we just have to keep going.
Apart from perhaps moving to the Bahamas for the duration of winter, how else can we prevent these winter blues?
Well, I think some things are actually going to come up, I hope.
Yes, they will.
What we've got here is, firstly, you can choose how you respond. You are not at the mercy of what happens outside. Just be a bit more realistic. You don't have to go running at 6 in the morning and do a few kilometres. Do sort of lighter exercise. Eat smaller, warming meals. I'm a great one for curry at this time of year. But try to get as much light on your skin, and particularly on the retina of the eye. So go out at lunchtime.
So get outside, have a bit of a walk around. How can we maintain, okay, so we've done that, we feel a bit better. How do we keep the positive feeling? And here are some tips here.
Absolutely. Changing the negative thoughts to positive ones. When you hear yourself saying, oh gosh, look at the weather again, your body feels heavy. So change those thoughts. I'm going to have a great day. It's going to be a wonderful day. What a wonderful opportunity I've got. You know, these are sort of self-talk, but having those positive affirmations really makes a difference. Get other people's support. You know, things like preparing the night before rather than scrabbling around at 6 in the dark and rushing out the door sets you in a different sort of mood. When we rush, we drain our energy and feel overwhelmed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kylie, will you support me on those dark, cold days? Will you be there?
No, what you should think is you should go, yippee, it is a chance to wear my velour jacket.
Oh, yes.
Because it's cold outside, and what a lovely day for velour.
See, now you're depressing me again. Now you're getting...
That's positive thinking.
Isn't
You've turned a negative into a positive.
There you go.
Great to see. Oh, no more?
Just finally, that little thing that you said, rushing around drains out, what was that last...
Absolutely. When we rush, overwhelm is, what is it? It's not being present. It's thinking about the future, the past. We're not really there. When we rush, we're just draining, literally draining our physical and emotional resources.
Okay, I need to remember that between sort of 2 and 3:30 every day.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll fax you from the Bahamas to remind you. Thank you very much. Good to see you.
You'll be warm in your velour in the Bahamas.
I will. No, I'm right. And this is my pyjamas match this too. Yes.
Thank you, Clare.
So just confirming you will be supporting me on those cold, dark days.
Yes, I will. I'll make you a curry.
Oh, we have a no curry rule in the studio.
The hibernation thing, sort of, and the curry.
It's a